a term extension letter for Tanalo Estates Major Subdivision for J Entities Incorporated. Let's see, it's formerly Snyder Major Subdivision Preliminary Plan. And I have a letter from Jim Morris, who is the engineer on this, and they're asking for additional, actually they're granting additional time of 90 days from February 24th. So do I have a motion to grant an extension for the Tanalo Estate subdivision plan for 90 days from 2/24?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Second.
Roll call, James Alerso.
Yes.
Gerald Wertheiser.
Yes.
Frank Hess.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, next on the agenda is a motion to approve resolution 588 authorizing the Pocono Township Supervisors to file an application for federal assistance SF 424 with the United States of America, acting through the Rural Utility Service, U.S. Department of Agriculture, for a $10 million loan to be utilized for the Pocono and Hamilton Township Sewer System Project. And there's a little bit more to this, but I didn't put it all in here, but I have the motion if anybody, actual resolution, if anybody wants to see it. And to authorize the chairman or vice chairman of the Board of Supervisors to execute said application and deliver the same for filing the submission. And then it goes on regarding signing of the other documents also. So do I have a motion to approve resolution 588?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Roll call, James Alerso.
Yes.
Gerald Wertheiser.
Yes.
Frank Hess.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, and next on our agenda, I would ask for a motion to authorize the Pocono Township Solicitor, Tim McManus, to prepare and advertise the proposed ordinance to create the Office of Township Manager. Do I have a motion for that?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Roll call, James Alerso.
Yes.
Gerald Wertheiser.
Yes.
Frank Hess.
No.
Motion carried.
Okay, and the last item under the new business is a motion to appoint Alex Crum to the Pocono Township Park Board. Mr. Crum came in and talked to the supervisors the other evening, and very nice gentleman, and I think he'll be a great asset to our park board. We had a few people who had been serving for quite a long time, and they resigned. Actually. So, do I have a motion to appoint Alex Crum to the Pocono Township Park Board?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, James Alerso.
Yes.
Gerald Wertheiser.
Yes.
Frank Hess.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Mr. Velarde? Okay, I will now open the floor for comments. Does anyone have a comment or question they would like to ask at this time? Yes, sir.
Jane, my name is Henry Bengal. I'm a resident of Tannis. About 3 weeks ago, I asked a question of you when the contract for our cable expires, because that is a contract between the township and Blue Ridge Cable. Do you recall that question?
Yeah, it's not for, let's see, that contract was a...
Okay, well, let me just get to the point real quick. You asked me for my phone number in a general meeting, which I gave to you, and you promised that you would call me back. It's been 21 days. Can you tell me when that contract expires? If you don't have that information, can you get me that information?
I will. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I actually misplaced your number, so
That's okay.
I'm glad you're here tonight.
Thank you.
And what is your number? Would you give it to me?
Sure, I'll give it to you again. It's 688-4031.
4031?
Yeah.
Thank you. I promise you I will call you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Hi, Robert Grimaldi, Bartonsville. Jane, where does the $10 million put us? If we get the $10 million loan, do we have a shortfall? Are we looking for more funds?
No, that will do it.
That'll do it? To complete the project as estimates, of course.
Yes. Yes, that will do it.
Thank you.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bob Collins, Tannersville. We've been looking at a plan for the new park that's going to be built between Hamilton, Jackson, and Pocono. And just a preliminary estimate which is just to do the first phase of this park. The initial estimate was about $1.5 million. I'm just wondering, is that money in place, or are we wasting our time bidding it, or does the township have that money ready to go?
Well, that's not really just this township's money, ready. Okay, we are having a meeting, let me see, the first Thursday in the month. So, a park board meeting. If you would like to come to that meeting, we have our executive director there, and he is handling all of that, you know. And
Right, I understand that.
But that money.
It's $1.5 million between 3 townships. Does
Right.
Pocono have a $500,000 to put into that at this time?
We a $500,000? No, because it wouldn't be all one, you know, it wouldn't be.
Well, that's just the initial, that's the stormwater
Right.
phase,
Right.
just to do the paths and the
We're getting
grading.
grants, we're getting grants for that also from.
So the money's not in play? And it's not going
Well,
out of tax money?
He's working on it, we do have some of that money in place, yes, absolutely. And we're still looking for, you know, he has grants in, again, to BCNR, but we do have money.
How
we
much
do
money do you
for
have in
that.
place?
Oh, boy, boy, we have altogether, I'd have to look at it, but it's quite a bit, I mean, we have about.
That's a-
Quite a bit's 100,000, or is quite a bit 400,000? I mean, is it close? And do you know if the other township have the matching funds for that?
The other townships, yeah, and we also are gonna put some in-kind work in that here. Our township's gonna put some in-kind work,
What do you mean?
which means that some of our guys will be doing a little bit of the work down there too.
That's not how the bid plan works.
Well,
'Cause it's
that's
a wage
certain
job.
parts of it.
It's a
right.
wage job,
Yeah.
which means
But certain parts of it
the
will be.
Davis-Bacon Act is in effect, it's gotta be paid wages
Mhm.
comparable with the
Yeah,
union.
understand, but there are parts that, you know, we will be doing a little bit too. So,
Or
but
in the
if you
initial
wanna, if you wanna come in tomorrow, you know, I'll get that information out, because I really don't have that all on the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Okay, thank you.
But we do have, you know, grants and we're working on that too, to get more. Harold's doing a really good job. Harold Ernstberger, who is the executive director of that, he's doing a good job with that.
Harold who?
Ernstberger. He's the executive director of that. He's doing a good job with it. Yes?
I'm sorry, the 10 million, where does that put us as far as the total right now? Approximate, of course.
The total of the project?
Yeah, with the 10, if we borrowed the 10 million, what does that put the total cost at right now?
Okay, well, our total cost is probably around 75 million
75 just for Pocono.
for the plant and the construction aspect of
Thank you.
that.
Between 75 and 78.
How much money was granted?
Oh, gosh, well, we had 3.5 million, we had 10 million, we had 8.6 million, no, we had a $10 million loan. We had a,
I'm asking, how much was granted and how much do we have to pay
Kind of
back?
work through.
that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We had the
You got 11.
we got 11 million, we got 10.7 million, we got.
Do you mean non-repayable? Is that what you mean?
And how much do we have to pay back?
How much?
Not the grant money, but not all the loans, how much?
Oh, all the loans.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm sorry.
I don't care about how much you pay, I mean, you said the whole total cost is 75 million? And of the 75 million, how much do we have to pay back?
But we have to pay certain percentages.
Can't hear you.
31.
1 second.
You probably, in straight grant, well, no, you had more than that too. About 5 million. That's 36 million. And,
Carry the two.
It's between 75
yeah, I
and
can think
70.
of 36 million off the top of my head, it's grant, there may be more
Yeah, so
in there.
probably about 8 million. Yeah.
And then the
Expense
40 million
compensation.
gets divided into the EDUs, and that's how you come up with the fee for the.
Plus the tapping fees.
That's correct.
Yeah. Tapping fees.
So the debt service cost and the operation maintenance cost would all be calculated and come up with the user fee.
We're
Did
still
we figure
looking.
out how much the EDU is gonna cost us?
About 2,500 for the initial tap in, and then probably figure, let's say $1,200 a year for the actual user fees.
Yeah.
Per EDU, right, Tim?
Pardon?
Per EDU, 1,200 per EDU,
That's
right?
correct.
And how do I find out how many EDUs my building has?
It's basically going on equivalent dwelling unit, which is 250 gallons per day. Most of them, what they're going to do, if you've got, it's still being finalized, but for most that are on a water meter, if you're not a regular house for a commercial
Right.
business, they'll be going off your water meter reading to see how many gallons of water you use and use that as a rough basis for calculating EDUs.
So we really don't know what the EDUs are yet.
No, I mean, if you know how many gallons of water you're using, but so 250 gallons
Well,
per
Well,
day
my buildings are on a meter, so.
is one EDU.
How much?
250 gallons a day is one EDU for
Thank you.
sewer purposes.
but if anyone would like to come, we have a sewer meeting every other Tuesday, okay? And that is just for sewage, for a sewage project. If you'd like to come, it's 10 o'clock here at this building, and we have one this Tuesday. If you would like to, anyone who has any questions on that, you can always come to it. Yes, sir. Paul?
Once you're able to start hooking up, how long do you have to, or what time is allotted to be finished? Is it 2 years, are you looking at a year, or, I mean?
Well, you have, I know that in the first 6 months, if you hook up in the first 6 months, it's less expensive than if you wait till after that time. But you
For
should
what
be able to
reason?
hook up, what is it, 6 months? You give me about 6 months. And if you hook up within the first 6 months, it's less expensive than if you wait till after the first 6
Yeah,
months.
by state law, they can require you to hook up within 60 days, but they're probably gonna come out with extended time periods on that.
I mean, 'cause I got like 8 buildings I gotta do. I mean, holy cow, you're gonna kill me.
Paul, they're looking at the beginning of 2013.
Yeah.
Just so you know, that's the day that they believe the system will be up and running.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you have to start hooking up by January 1st, 2013, do they give you a year? Do they give you 2 years to hook onto this?
No.
No.
I've given
no,
you,
we
I
don't
think
do
it's
that.
6 months, within a 6-month period.
If you
As
want
I
to
said, by
get the
state law, it
discount
could
in
be,
the price.
it could be as little as 60 days, but
We haven't really,
But
finalized.
basically, I'm gonna end
that,
up
yeah.
paying for this whole thing.
pardon? I know, I understand. It's not cheap.
If I have 4 units in one building, that's 4 EDUs, am I right? Is that how you're going by that?
More or less. So your hookup will be 10,000,
Just for one building?
just for that
Just for
one
one
building
building,
with
yeah.
4 units, correct? And then most
Just one
likely,
of the 6
you would
buildings.
pay $4,800 a year for water usage, sewer. It would be your sewer you're paying for. They're using your meter to figure that out, the water meter.
Well, I don't have any meters, there is no water meters where I'm
Well,
at.
I think
Are
the
yours
rate,
residential? Are your units all residential?
Well, they're commercial rentals, but the residential rentals, yes.
I mean, if they're residential rentals, yeah, each true dwelling unit you have will just automatically be assigned one then. That's where it comes up, one equivalent dwelling unit. So any like single family apartment, house, is just automatically assigned one, regardless of water usage on that.
Even if it's a house, doesn't matter how many bedrooms you have or whatever, it's
As
still.
long as
one
it's a single
EDU.
family home, yeah.
As soon as you split it,
Commercial are the ones they really look at water because there's no way to really figure on what does an average family use, obviously on a restaurant or something like that. So that's why they go off the water meter readings.
Any other comments, questions? Okay, hearing none, I'll ask for a motion for adjournment. Dave?
Can I ask a question how the vote went for the new assistant chief?
Well, the new assistant chief was appointed as